I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. I want it. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it.
What it do, y'all? What it do? It's your boy Bubba, and this is the 80s Babies Conversation, man. Welcome back, y'all. If y'all hadn't already did, I need y'all to like and subscribe to the channel, man. Please, y'all do that for me. And I want to give a shout out to the boy Ken, as always, for the song, for the intro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the boy Prince Ken, as always. You know what I'm saying? So, I hope everybody had a great weekend, man. I know I did. You know what I'm saying? So, sis, what it do? What it do,
What
sis?
it do is your girl Ray Cherie, the host with the most chicken in. I too had a great weekend. I got a chance to see Wakanda Forever. It was a really good movie. I enjoyed that. So if you haven't seen that, you need to go see it. We won't talk about it right now because we don't want to spoil it for anyone.
And plus, I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
No, I haven't seen it yet. So yeah, I
Okay,
don't
so
want to
we're
hear
gonna
about
wait
it.
on you to see it. Go ahead and
Right,
see that.
right.
But also just getting ready to catch up for the holidays. I see we got Tequila, Alicia, Laverne, and Tanetta checking in.
What
Let us know
happening?
if
What
y'all
happening, y'all?
do us a favor and
What's
share out
happening?
this live. Invite some friends and spread the word about the 80s Babies conversation. We need your
Right,
support. We're working hard developing content, putting reels out each day. We need y'all to check those out too and help us grow.
right, right,
So
right.
let's go ahead and dive in to some of our topics for tonight. Hey, Mari. I guess the first one that we could talk about is, are all men masculine? So I think that's the first thing we should talk about. Or is it okay for some men to not be so masculine? Let's watch this clip.
Men are generally attracted to femininity. And if a woman is always in her masculine, she'll attract a man in his femininity. Then she quickly realizes that she doesn't like a guy with feminine habits, even though she liked the idea of it before. And feminine expression in a man may not necessarily be typically girly behaviors. Imbalanced feminine energy in a man could manifest as him being dishonest, potentially abusive, a volatile temper. He could be hesitant to take charge, incapable of protecting, and have an unwillingness to take responsibility. So for the sake of a fulfilling relationship with true masculinity, it's important for her to invite that type of man into her life by providing a receptive space for that masculine energy to enter.
Okay, so Slim, what do you think? Can men lack masculinity?
Of course, yeah, of course, of course they can lack it. Like some of the things he named, man, like not being able to take charge. You know what I'm saying? You know, because let me be honest, man. A lot of men out here act like they can take charge when the time comes for them to take charge. You know what I'm saying? Then when that time presents itself, you know they acting a little timid, a little scared. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of throw in that lady's mind. You know what I'm saying? That kind of make her be like, man, you be talking all this tough talk behind the door. You know what I'm saying? But you know you scared out here for real. You know what I'm saying? So like I say, some of the stuff he named, yeah, yeah, men definitely lacking it. You
But
know, what y'all, what
I
y'all,
feel like as a woman, sometimes we say men, oh, he acts feminine or he's not manly enough, and maybe we could be talking about how tough we think he is. Or maybe we could be talking about some of the things we feel like a man should know how to do, or a man should be more assertive with doing.
all right,
But
what's it?
in this video, sometimes we're taught men shouldn't be so emotional. But at the same time, should a man be expressive enough to say how he feels? Does that reduce his masculinity? What do you think?
Um, yeah, it does. Hold on, sis, I'm trying to have some technical difficulties. Hold on 1 second. Okay,
Okay. So, he said like when men express dishonesty, it changes their level of distrust. That could be something we associate with their masculinity. But I do feel like there are certain things I want my man to be sure of, or I expect a man to be sure of in himself that relate to his level of manhood. And I feel like as a woman, it's hard for me to say what a man should be or what a man isn't, because I've only seen examples of men from my life experience.
I mean, but
So
at the same time, now,
man, a man, like what traits are masculine, what traits are not so masculine.
I mean, you kind of can't even. I mean, you can say what is and what's not, but it kind of depends on the type of man, man. It just varies with the different type of men. You know what I'm saying? Because some men behave in different ways from others they'll show their masculinity. You know what I'm saying? It's like you might got this tough guy that's gonna act like he's all tough and this and that, but like that, like old boy said on the video, you know what I'm saying? He gonna be that tough guy. Also gonna be this can be the same guy at home that's being abusive to you. You know what I'm
And that
saying?
doesn't make him a man. Demonstrating his level of force does not
Exactly.
make him.
So you gotta be the women gotta be careful about, you know what I'm saying, the type of men that they want, because they want some. Because I mean, I ain't saying all men that's gonna protect their woman is gonna be abusive at home, but I mean, 9 times out of 10, when you got a guy that's ready to book every time something happens, and you think that's the type of guy you need around you, because that's what a lot of women go for, men that, you know what I'm saying, gonna turn up every time somebody step on their toes or something. You know what I'm saying? Some women go for that type of man. You know, that's
But that's why,
attractive to them.
but not to all women, because I
Right.
think I want a man who could use his words and who could be more expressive. And I'm not
Hey,
afraid
guess
to
what
take some.
though? And you see what you just said? A man that can use his words. See, some women will look at that as not being, you know what I'm saying, masculine. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, oh, he's scared. He trying to talk his way out of the situation. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say it depends on the type of man that you know what I'm saying, you putting this stuff on, or like what level of masculinity you trying to put this man on, because you got a man that's gonna talk his way out of situation. Or some women gonna look at, oh, like she gonna be saying to herself, girl, or telling her homegirl, girl, this man finna get on us, and oh boy tried to talk him down. You know what I'm saying? And oh girl, her homegirl sitting over there probably saying, yeah, my man would have turned up if that was us. You know what I'm saying? So now she's looking at the man like he weak, cause he tried to talk his way out of the situation. Then you got the one that
But
gonna have the.
as
Go
a
ahead.
woman, though, I don't want, when I say use his words, I don't want to be afraid to approach a man who I'm involved with my thoughts, my ideas, or my suggestions. So, that also in that man, that masculinity, I'm looking for his leadership skills for him to say, okay, well, let's sit down, let's talk this out, or let's sort through this. All right. And then sometimes as a woman, if the relationship evolves, not that I want to control my man, but I do want him to take a leadership role. If I were to marry again, you know, him, that level of masculinity that says, I bought the house, you determine how you want your furniture to look.
Right.
So I think it's different. I mean, I think it depends on the examples of manhood we've seen. And I also think it's levels to the masculinity of a male. And I feel like because you can change a tire and put a starter on a car, that doesn't make you more or less of a man. I think it has something to do with your character.
Yeah, you're right,
Raven
sis.
said a real man will express himself with his words and not throw a tantrum. And that's something I agree with, Raven.
What Raven said, and what's
He said a
happening,
real
Raven?
man express himself with words and not throw a tantrum.
Right, that's real though. That real talk. That real talk. But
Yeah.
like I say, these days, man, you can't. It's hard to talk your way out of a lot of the situations, man, that be at hand these days now. Like that's just real. Now I'm gonna tell you the truth. Hey, if a situation that be at hand and we out, me and my woman out, I'm telling you right now, we better let go. Don't expect me to talk nobody down, cause we better get up out of here. I ain't got time. I know I'm an overreact, so let go.
But I don't like all the yelling and loud talking and all that good stuff, the tantrums. We say that for the babies. And I feel like a man yelling all the time, he feeling like he has to say it with his chest. You don't look like the king of the jungle. That makes you look like the cowardly lion. So I feel like that trait is kind of feminine to me.
Yeah, I mean, like I
And that,
say, the yelling is just like a defense mechanism. That's like a scare tactic. When somebody doing a whole lot of yelling, it's like a scare tactic. You know what I'm saying? So
That's all that is. You got somebody that they 9 times out of 10 they ain't finna do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, and can you
And
hear
I
me
agree with
good?
Courtney, that turn up all the time. A man that turn up all the time is kind of kind of scary. I think it's a little bit cray too.
Right,
Because I'm feeling like all your gears are not ticking if you constantly popping off, turning up over little bitty stuff.
right, right. But like I say, that comes with growth because I ain't gonna lie, I used to turn up for little stuff all the time too. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sit here and act like I just been and still growing. You know what I'm saying? No man is perfect. It's never gonna be perfect. You know what I'm saying? But you can work towards being a better person. You know what I'm saying? So that comes with growth. I like I say, I had I mean, I still somewhat got a quick temper. I mean, when I say a quick temper, I still get mad, but I know how to handle my situations in a better manner now instead of explode. So now I still get mad real quick, but how I handle the situation is different now. You know what I'm saying? And that took growth. That took a whole lot of getting in trouble and all types of things happening for me to realize, like, listen, you got to start handling. Like people like you need to start getting mad. No, I can't start getting mad, but I can handle the situation a little different when I do get mad. You know what I'm saying? Well, when the situation comes to where I need to, you know what I'm saying, handle it without having bad consequences behind it. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. So I think that as a culture, I think we need to re-examine what masculinity is.
Yeah, for
Because
real.
some of our perceptions of what a man is or what makes a man, they may not be up to par.
Well, we need to find like I don't know, if you it's kind of like how we gonna define that? How we gonna redefine it? Because it's like if you go too far back, you can't get no old person to spit this knowledge and tell you how to be a man. Because honestly, a lot of women don't even agree with some of the things that the older men back, like let's just say our granddaddy, like the women that they wouldn't agree with none of that stuff that he's saying and how he would say being a man, what being a man was. Some of the things, some of the thing he probably would name, they agree with, but everything they wouldn't agree with. So it's like, and then the modern day man ain't the man. You know what I'm saying? So what do you find? Like, how do you redefine? Where do you go to or who? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, how do you redefine a man? Like, where do you get it from? Who's to say now? Is what I'm asking, I guess.
And I think a part of that deals with your personal boundaries and what
Yeah.
you're willing to accept, and also the things that you expect from a man. So I think you have to make the list of this is what I expect a man to be. And I think we also have to understand that every man is not going to be like this. And then
Right.
also for men, I hear men say, "Oh, you don't want a man, you want a simp." Well, what is making that simp less masculine than you?
Right.
That's
Cause
what
he
I would
told,
like to know.
cause that man ain't flashing the cash and told nigga his gun, flashing the gun on the hip.
And
That
he's
what
nice, he's kind with words, and he's pulling out chairs, and he's opening doors, and he's buying roses because it's Wednesday. Does that make him less of a man? Is that making him feminine? Is that what is making him a simp?
what you say? He buying roses
Because
and
it's Wednesday, he's pulling out chairs, he's opening doors, he's asking me for my opinion, or he doesn't make decisions for me. That's making him a simp.
yeah, I was just right taking note. You know what I'm saying?
So that's what I'm saying. Like, what are we classifying as masculine and non-masculine? What are we using? What's the example? So that's my case on that.
Well, like I say, depending on the type of man you're looking for and what y'all trying to build, you know what I'm saying, all the men gonna come with different qualities, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to masculinity, you know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be the type of man you're looking for that fit you. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
don't put now women now. Let me tell y'all ladies something. Don't put nothing on a man because you want him to be like a certain way. Now, if it ain't in him, it just ain't in him. Don't force it on him, and don't not like him because he ain't show you what you thought should have been some manly or some masculine thing he's supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? He might got other good qualities. You gotta look around there and try to find some more things that you might like about him. You know what I'm saying? Don't dismiss somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something, we be talking about masculinity all the time. You know what I'm saying? Some women don't have, you know what I'm saying, no womanly traits. They don't know how to handle themselves either now. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have women that, like I said, I think we talked about that before. Like I say, it ain't always the man now. Women gotta know how to act like women too.
All right. So speaking of that, we've heard some of your guests on the Gentlemen's Club, and even on the 80s Babies Conversation, we've had a specific guest on, and he always knocks this boss chick or this boss woman stereotype.
Who you talking about?
So it seems that I won't
Because a
call him
woman has her own money, don't mean she comes automatically with an attitude. But it's easier for you to dismiss women with these tropes than it is for you to acknowledge the fact that you're insecure when you're not the breadwinner of your family. So now you have to villainize women that are breadwinners, because now you need a reason to tell everybody else why you're not picking a woman that's doing better than you financially. And you got to associate it with these make-believe tropes. You got to say, well, I don't want to deal with the attitude. What's to say she got one? You mean to tell me just because a woman makes money, she got an attitude? That's a stereotype you've assigned to this woman so that you don't have to deal with the fear of not being a breadwinner of your family. You don't want somebody questioning whose house is it. It has nothing to do with her attitude or her demeanor. This woman can be the nicest, calmest, most supportive woman in the world, and you fella would feel the same way because it's something internally in you that you ain't healed. Money, just because a woman has her.
All right. So what do you think about that? Why do men not like boss women, or why do men not like women who have their stuff together?
Well, let me say, I'm so tired of talking about it. Like, listen, let me tell you something. It ain't that like I say, I don't have a problem with having a boss woman. You know what I'm saying? It's the men that really ain't men that have a problem with it. Like I said before, because I wouldn't mind my woman making more money than me. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I wanted to. So I ain't got to spend all my money. I said this time after time, like, I want you to be a boss. I want to have a boss be. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? We can really be or something. You know what I'm saying? Now, the men that be talking about the women, they want to deal with the attitude of the woman that's the breadwinner, or, you know what I'm saying, that take care of the business in the house, is because those men are sorry, and she ended up complaining because she tired of doing all this leg work and he ain't doing that. They're the men that complaining about the boss women, the one that laying up under them and just ain't doing that. Because I promise you, if you're a working man like me, you know what I'm saying, you got a boss woman, you know what I'm saying, you ain't finna be complaining. She ain't finna be complaining. Y'all finna be advancing and like progressing, man. Like, for real, like.
But where do all the negative stereotypes come from? Why does she have to have an attitude? Why do we have to look at her like, you know, she's stuck up, or, you know, she's too bougie? Where do all these negative tropes come from?
Because that comes with it, because she done probably dealt with so many men that were just lazy and sorry. Now she done built up this little wall, and yeah, she acting stuck up because now she, in her head, all men, or majority of men that she probably gonna run across that approach her, probably gonna be broke, ain't got it, or ain't gonna be able to match her, you know what I'm saying, ain't gonna be able to match her. So, you know what I'm saying, that may be the reason, you know what I'm saying. But like, I don't know, like I say, it depends on the man that has a problem with something like this, because I don't know no men, none of my friends will have a problem with it. None of my friends that's married, or none of that.
The people not witnessing the struggle, because usually by the time a woman makes it to this level, she has been through some things, she has encountered some people, she survived some messed up situations. So mentally and physically, she may be guarded. mentally and physically, she may be intentional about who she allows access to her, in a sense. So some people may take that as snooty or rude, or she has an attitude, or her being selfish about who she lets into her friend get past, her screens. So I think that's the misconception that comes along with these women not understanding what she's been through to get to that point, and they misconstrue that as an attitude or rudeness or brashness. But
But
clearly the
okay,
woman has some kind of social skills and she's made it thus far.
listen. So okay, so my advice to a woman that's going through that, or that that maybe we may be talking about, the one that went through all this and that. Okay, you may have went through this and that, you know what I'm saying? But you ain't gotta show it every time, or you ain't gotta display it every time somebody try to approach you, or every time somebody talk to you. That ain't for everybody to know. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, a man, don't want. Soon as I try to approach you and you got an attitude, oh man, she been hurt before. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what they gonna say, and then that may be true. You know what I'm saying? But some women do come off as stuck up. Some it is an ego thing to some women, though. You can't say it's not, because it is. So you got to think about that percentage of women that it is an ego thing to, and just dog men just because they financial status and what they bring to the table, especially if it's a man that ain't where they at or above where they at. You know what I'm saying? So you got to talk about that percentage too. It ain't all about, because you got to think about the percentage of good men that run across these big ego women. You
Okay,
see
and
what I'm saying?
speaking of big ego women, our toss-up question for tonight is: are black women too aggressive?
Hell yeah.
You say black women are too aggressive. Go ahead and weigh in.
I mean, when we say aggressive, what are we talking about?
You tell me, what does aggressive mean?
I don't know. They just come with so many demands and so many expectations. You got to do this. You got to do that. That's being aggressive. That's damn near like being a predator. You telling me what I got to bring to this table? That's aggressiveness. Do
So
you not agree?
aggressive.
Do you not agree? It's aggressiveness, and it's controlling too, because now you.
Aggressive means, let's look up the definition. Aggressive means ready to or likely to attack or confront, characterized by or resulting from aggression. So, if black women are too aggressive, are you saying that black women are always ready or likely to attack or confront?
You confront me about what I can bring to the table. As soon as I meet you or we start kicking it, what can you do for me? That's confront me, ain't it? What can you questioning me? You confront me about what I can bring to the table. I just said that. Just said that's it.
So, you've experienced this before.
Of course. Man, I'm 34 years old. Of course I done experienced it. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all do it. We just said it all on all these podcasts. Like, women automatically expecting a man to come with all these traits of being a man and bringing all this, what a man's supposed to do, to the table. That's being aggressive. That's.
But I feel like sometimes you all mistake our passion for aggressiveness. Or sometimes you all think us having or valuing our opinion as being controlling. So I don't think that's aggression in that sense. If I have an opinion and I want to put that in, that's right. I agree with Richard. Aggression is confused with confidence and passion. So because I'm passionate about something, because I have a strong feeling about something, that doesn't make me aggressive.
Yep.
Like there are some things I'm just very passionate about. And if I want to express that, oh, she's aggressive, she's attacking me, she's trying to control me. No, I don't want to fight. And I don't think you're a robot, but I do value my ability to express myself.
So,
We would say yes, only because we have to protect our peace, livelihood, and etc.
I don't agree.
And Tequila, I agree with that. There are certain circumstances or scenarios in which I may be aggressive, i.e., when it relates to my child, or when it relates to protecting my home, when my finances are on the line. Those types of things, yes, that can make me aggressive because it's affecting my livelihood. But me being able to express myself, that doesn't make me aggressive. Now,
But it comes off as being aggressive though. Like you can't, like I
yes,
tell people all the time, you can't, even when you being passionate about something, like how you coming off and how you present that to a person, man, you can't control how a person gonna take what you saying. You see what I'm saying? So how do a person supposed to distinguish the difference if you being passionate or being aggressive? That's the thing.
so
You
I
can't.
think the aggressive
What
is
you just said? Oh, I was being passionate.
the
Well, to me,
aggressive.
it seemed like you was being aggressive.
Okay, so we have a breed of women today who could be demanding. You know, those women who say, I want what I want and this is what I deserve and I want it right now. You're gonna take me out, you're gonna buy me the bag, you know, you're going to put me in a house. Those kind of things may come off as aggressive
I
when
just,
women are being demanding
I
because
ain't
we
never,
feel like we deserve a certain thing.
I just be trying to figure out. Like, I guess I don't know. I never ran across those type of women that gonna tell me something like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that. Like, I ain't saying none won't tell me that, but I was just saying I never had any. I never nah.
Well, I think that comes into play when people are asking you to express yourself. You know, I had a man asked me, he said, what do you want from me? What is it that you expect? Well, since he asked, I laid it all on the table. This is what I want. And I had a list.
So, but why you coming with a list though?
Why did he ask? If he
But I'm
didn't
saying,
give me
why
this
did you
list,
have a? I'm saying,
he asked me, I think it's important as a woman that I know what I want. And he asked me, what did I want from
but
him?
could
What
you
did
have?
I expect? So I laid it all on the table because in that moment, he gets to decide. He can decide if he wants to play ball or not. He asked, I had an answer.
But listen, let me
But
tell
if
you
you
something.
ask me what I want, my next question from you is, what do you want from me?
Let me tell you something about playing ball. Look. I'm gonna want to play ball, but when you telling me let's just say play basketball, I want to come to the court and play ball. But when you telling me you finna shoot me elbows and you every time I go up for a dunk, you gonna go up under me and try to make me fall on my head. Man, I don't want to play ball no more. That what that list was. Them elbows and you going trying to take a man out. Like trying to take him out, trying to take his legs from under him. Like that what that list was. Like nah, I wanted to play ball, but I'm like, man, I ain't finna go out here and get hurt. Try to play this type of ball.
Okay, so that conversation we had a few minutes ago about what is masculinity, I think that separates the boys from the men. Because you can't, okay, so if a woman can speak her mind and a woman can communicate her desires, now she's aggressive. You know,
But when a man, let me ask you
that
this,
is attacked you. Like, I don't understand that.
so why would a man do the same thing? Why would a man turn around when the table turn and he do that? He being controlling.
If I ask a man, what do you want from me? And he gives me his rundown, I can respect it, I can accept it,
What if
or I
you
can walk away.
what if you could do some? You could check out some of them things, but then some things in your head you know you ain't finna do, but you don't even be. You know what I'm saying? You don't. You know what if it's some things you can't do, but some majority of the things you can, but it's something that you can't. What you would do in that?
So you communicate that. Okay, you have a list. It's impeccable. I like how you crafted that. But you know what? I can't cook every day of the week.
So what did that deal break for him?
And
What
that's
is that
and
deal
it's
break?
okay if that's his deal breaker. I'm not going to try and convince him that I'm the one for him, because in that moment I realize that I'm not, because I know that's something I can't do, or I can let him know right there that's something I can't produce 7 days a week. In that moment, he can decide if
But
he's
then,
going to or not.
so what if he hit you with the well, I hope you got some good Grubhub apps or some good apps on your phone that you can get something to this house every day you don't cook.
And I'm going to say, I do have those apps. Are you going to put your credit card number in?
No, we not finna have that conversation again. See, that's what I'm saying. That's your if that was one of my things, my bosses, you know what I'm saying, you ain't check and I'm trying to work around it. At least you can do it. Pay for. We had the conversation too.
No, because I believe that if a man wants to create or foster an environment, he is going to give me everything I need to be productive or to create that habitat for him. So yes, I have the apps. I just need the card number and I will have it here every day.
I just don't understand like why the man got to just cater to everybody in the world, the black man
But
especially.
no, but let's not play the black man as the victim card, because women treat men. All right.
They
Women do treat
do.
men,
They do.
you know, and I have to also realize that, as a woman who works, working is a job. Coming home tending to a house is a job. Cooking and cleaning is a job. So every day I may not be able to do that. But if you want this meal every day, then maybe we may have to buy one or two of them a week. And Gloria said, ladies, just be herself. Raven, you don't have to cook every day. And Auntie, I'm not going to try to cook every day.
Well, when I say cook every day, I mean, cause yeah, you ain't gonna have to cook on the day that it's some leftover, but when we run out, I'm gonna need that stove to fire up.
But I will order it from a restaurant. I can Grubhub, but I can Carside to go.
Work that wrist.
Now I put it on a pretty plate, just like it's coming out of the oven. So I
Man,
think those, but that right there may be aggressive to someone.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. So, and that's what I said earlier. It just depends on the type of person you want in life, man. The type of person you choose to date or have. So, yeah, man. Y'all just come with too many. It's like a uh what's the word I'm looking for? It's like dating women these days is like you gotta have a instruction manual. You gotta know what you gotta know what to do, man. You gotta just put the screw right here and make sure it's tight over here.
You don't
You
need
know
it, but guess what you do need? You do need the ability to communicate. That's what a lot of people can't do it. You talking, that doesn't mean you're communicating. Like, in order for you to
Right.
communicate, you have to listen, you have to give feedback, problems and solutions. And you have to be able to work things out. And a lot of people just don't want to do that. A lot of people don't want to step out of their comfort zones to create those solutions to develop that harmony. A lot of people just don't even want to do that.
Hey, now, and let me remind y'all too now, this conversation, y'all can definitely check into this conversation too, sis. Like, tell them, like, y'all can check in. If y'all want to get on here and join in on this conversation, y'all are welcome too. Like, we need to see some faces on here with us, man, because sis, like, I wish some of my male friends can tap in and get on here, man, and help me out, because I promise you, I feel attacked all the time. Be so many women on here that agrees with some of the things that my sister says, and I just don't. Like, I don't know. I need some help, fellas.
Chat. If somebody wanted to tap in tonight, if you wanted to get on this screen with us live, we got a few house rules, but you can join us. Now let me see. Alton Calhoun said, if you're not married, I don't have to commit to you. If a man is 34, his woman needs to be no older than 28. You have got to have 7 to 10 apart. I'll just come home full of food, and you know what? You don't have to cook. Grandma did it for granddaddy. All right. Jay Miller said, I'm happy as long as I eat. But back to the original part of this, a lot of women want things that are extreme in the beginning. You have to earn things. There's different levels to relationships.
That real though. A lot of women do
They,
want that extreme thing.
I would like to know, what are those things that a woman has to earn? And Mr. Calhoun, if he's 34, why does his woman need to be no older than 28? I need you to give me the game.
Cause you can still kind of mold them.
Maya said, I've learned not to expect anything from men. It will save you from disappointment.
Well, you can't live like that, Maya. You can't do that.
What's up, GP?
Yeah.
This is Eddie, and I'm listening because this topic is some real spit.
What
Now,
up, Ed?
Mr. Calhoun, I need to know, why can't his woman be no older than 28? And why do you need 7 to 10 hours apart? What are you saying, Mr. Calhoun?
That what he said, 7 or 10 hours apart.
He said 7 to 10 apart. You got to have.
What I'm saying, he's talking about, what are you talking about though?
I'm thinking time. Okay. While we're waiting on that feedback from them, we do have mail, so let's get straight into it.
I bet it's a long letter.
Do you want to read it?
I do not.
Dear Raven and Bubba, I have been dating a man for about 6 months. Everything is going great. He has a daughter. We agreed when we first met that I should meet his daughter until we were serious. I should not meet his daughter until we were serious. He talks about her all the time. I like to shop, so when I see something for her, I pick it up. Now, the holidays are approaching. I have not met his daughter. He has not met any of my family. He keeps mentioning his family's Thanksgiving. He keeps saying we. I respect him being a single father, but I don't think it's healthy for his daughter to meet me. At the same time,
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to sis. I don't know what happened to sis. That long letter probably.
the long letter took me out.
Oh, okay. I was about to say that long letter probably.
The long letter took me out.
I told you about these long letter.
Here's the long letter again.
Uh-oh. Finna black out the whole Phoenix City area.
We were kind of towards the end. Uh-oh, it went too fast. All right. But I don't think it's healthy for his daughter to meet me. At the same time, he and I do not have a title. The thought of it is too much to digest at once. If I meet his daughter, does my role in her life change? When I meet his family, what will that mean for our relationship? Please help me understand. Romantically confused.
Man, listen here, lady, you are worried about too much. First of all, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? Now, meeting the kid, you know, I feel like that's his choice. I mean, if a person has started, well, why haven't I met your kids? Why haven't I met your kids? This and that, you know what I'm saying? I you know, that's kind of weird to me. You know, I'm gonna be honest. Let me be honest with y'all. I mean, and I love kids, but honestly, I don't want to meet nobody bad kids anyway. Like, to be honest, like I mean, of course, now we start. And that gonna come with the relationship anyway. Let me tell you this. You ain't never gotta even worry about no situation like that, because if you're gonna be dealing with a person for an extensive amount of time, that's gonna come with the time, man. You gonna meet the kids, you're gonna meet the family. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, excuse me, I never really like meeting people, family like that for real anyway, you know what I'm saying? Because it's always a family that you're going to run into.
But she wants to know how to handle it. It's sounding like she doesn't want to meet the kid. It sounded like she doesn't want to meet his family. And honestly, I can't blame her. I think it's too soon.
Right.
If she knows she's not about to be a permanent fixture in his life, why is she meeting his daughter?
Yeah, I feel like she got doubts about the relationship or something. That would sound like to me. You know what I'm saying? Because if I mean, it should be a problem because get what? I don't know why people gotta act like that. Just because you meet somebody's family don't mean you finna be with them for the rest of your life now.
And okay, so on the real, I am a mother. Children experience abandonment, and in the spirit of transparency, like I don't think everybody should meet your kids, because when that person is no longer around, the child is going to start asking questions. So I don't. This lady is
Now
trying
that
to
is
be
true.
responsible, and she's saying like, "Hey, we said we were not going to bring the child into the picture until we're serious, and we only been dating 6 months, and we don't have a title, so we're not serious." Like I don't think she wants to meet his kids, but it looks like he's about to open the floodgates.
I mean, but look, let me tell you what his position may be too. You know what I'm saying? He dating a person and then he talking about his kids and his family to her a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because he may be feeling her and he talking about his kids and stuff. Guess what? He probably talking about him so much to the point of where he feel like, well, I want to go ahead and let him meet him so she is to see why I'm, you know. So it's kind of like like I always say, the man is always under the pressure because if you go too long without trying to introduce the family or the kids to her, then you go, why haven't I met your kids yet? We've been talking for 9 months and I haven't seen your kids yet. And then, but when a man try to introduce you to the kids and the family, you're like, hey, whoa, you're moving too fast. I'm not ready to meet your family yet. You know what I'm saying? Always, because so you got to know when to play it. So he kind of like, it's the holiday time. He don't want her to feel left out. And you know what they supposed to do? Not be with each other on the holiday if they kicking it on the regular?
But
Like,
I
how
think
you handle
I
that
think in
situation?
this situation, she needs to go ahead and put the nail in his coffin and say, we said we were not going to bring your daughter into the picture until we were serious. So I don't think it's okay for me to meet your child. And because we don't have a title, I think I'm going to just pass on Thanksgiving dinner this time. I think that's what needs to happen. When we get a little more serious, I can't wait to meet your family. I can't wait to meet your daughter. And she can sweeten it up. I hear you talk about her so much, that kind of thing. But now it's not the time. I know it's the holiday season, but this is a time for family. I think that's what needs to happen.
Still though, like I say, you know, the man probably just don't want her to feel like he abandoned her for the holidays and being with his family.
And that's fine. But once again, communication. Clearly, she doesn't feel the same way. She's not trying to go. She's not trying to meet the kid. This relationship may not be as serious, or maybe he's trying to move it in a serious direction. She's not ready for that yet, or maybe she wants him to make it known that he's moving it in a serious direction, and then she will, okay, we're serious. I can meet the little girl. I can go meet his family because this is going somewhere. That kind of thing.
I don't know, sis.
All right, let's back it up because that topic was kind of good. Okay, Mr. Calhoun said 7 to 10 years apart in age. He can mold her like he wants to. You will never satisfy a woman. And to this letter, I think he's saying stepfather, stepmother is not a badge of honor. Start your own family.
Hey, I need to get you on the gentleman club, man. I need your info. You need to send the info to me. That's what I'm talking about. That's right. You can mold her.
Jay said, women want to be catered to. They want us to pay for nails, hair, car note, and house. It seems like they want to depend on a man in the beginning of the relationship. To most men, that is a turnoff.
Hey, Jay, I need to get you on the gentleman club, Jay. I need you to send your info to the to the 80 Baby conversation. I need you to. I need you. Boy, them women gonna be mad at us.
We want an independent woman. After a certain time, yes, we will pay for them things all the time.
Right.
We reach that level in a relationship.
Right. I feel you, Jay. But that's real talk though.
And Raven, I agree. The man needs to make it known what he wants from that woman in that letter. And Gloria said she is not ready. Nope, she's not. And you know, Jay, women want to be catered to, but it sounds like men want to be catered to too. And then I have an issue with Mr. Calhoun saying there needs to be a 7 to 10 years apart in age. So you want you a pretty young thing. But what happens when that 10 years is too much of a gap and you just don't do it for her anymore because you're too old?
You gotta be like the captain of the ship. You gotta go down with the ship, baby girl.
Ain't no
You gotta
going down with
go
the
down with
ship.
the ship. You done got on the ship.
Sometimes that 10 years old, that 10 years apart may be too big of a gap. You know, you coming out of your prime and she's just not getting into hers. And now all your tools ain't working like they supposed to work anymore. You need batteries and electricity.
No, you
And it's
don't.
not
That y'all
happening.
need better than electricity. You just gotta get out and do some push-up. Listen, man. Get out and do you some push-up and keep your one-a-day men vitamins. You keep them beside your bed every morning, and as soon as you wake up, take one and drink plenty of water and eat rice. I guarantee you that 10 year ain't gonna make no difference. Tell
All
me
right,
what
the ladies, that molding has set the ladies off. I said I like older men, but mold me, I'm not Play-Doh. I'ma still be hard-headed. Tequila said, but want the panties immediately, but nothing in return. That's the Jay Miller. Tanetta agreed with me. And Chelsea said, I hope you're talking about grooming, sir, because let me tell you something. That 7 to 10 year gap can work for you, but in the long run, it's gonna hurt you when you're 60 and she's 50.
we
Or
both old.
but you're 66 and she's 56 and she still has a little thunder and you don't, and you just want to sit at the house, and you know things are starting to wrinkle up and shrivel up, and sis is just not having it. Is that 7 to 10 year gap good enough for you? You know, you ready to wear the pins and she ain't trying to change them. I'm just keeping it real.
Oh, hey. Well, she ain't love me then, and she don't want to change my pampers.
I'm just keeping it real.
She ain't love me. Yeah.
All right. And all honesty, when it comes to being with a woman, age is not really the factor. The factor is if you're able to keep one another sane. But at some point, that age gap matters.
Hey, like I say, you know, it does. It does not. Like I say, now I know I got friends that date older men right now, and I ask them that. I be like, you don't think that man gonna one day, like, his age ain't gonna sit still while you getting older now? You know he's moving with you too, and you know he gonna get older and older as you get older and older. Like, you don't think? And I had one that was like, age ain't never, age ain't never a number, this and that, yada yada yada. I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, for the time, I always gonna tell the truth in the end of the day.
Yeah, I think time is gonna tell the truth at the end of the day. And like, I'm one of those women where I feel like I need to date older. But me being 36, my older is like 42, 43, maybe 45. But I don't want to get to 50 or 50. Like, that's too far.
That's sugar daddy status.
I'm gonna look up. That ain't even sugar daddy status. I'm gonna look up, and I can't even have fun with him no more. And I'm still in my prime. Like, so it's a no for me. You know, I could take 10. I mean, I could take 45 right now, but even at 45, do I want that to be my husband? Because at some point he still has 10 years on me. And all I'm thinking about is he's much closer to 60 than I am.
See,
That's a lot of responsibility. That's a lot of responsibility.
You think it's small when you need to be thinking big.
Tell me how to think big. Tell me how to think big.
So you gotta think like this. And that's my son's favorite quote too. You think it's small. But listen, if you got that many years on you, you know, you put in it like being on a job. You put in you about a good 10, 15 years. Soon after that, man, you can be waiting on retirement in a few more years now if you play your card the right way. You know,
Yeah, you go right on retirement or a life insurance policy.
That's what I was getting at. I was talking about the life insurance policy. See, if you play your card right. Wink, wink.
It's not all about the money. I mean, I want the roller coaster experience. So for me, it's not all about the money. I want the roller coaster experience. I want the adrenaline. I want all those things. And I'm ready to go ride the roller coaster.
You
And
know
he just wanna
they do
go
give
ahead,
shots of adrenaline. You can go get
so
that.
I want to ride the roller coaster, but in the meantime, grandpa over here wants me to push him around the fair. That's not gonna work.
Well, listen here. I'll finna say something, but they're gonna take that the wrong way. Age ain't nothing but a number for real. Excuse me. That is true to a certain age. Now I'm gonna get an understanding, y'all. That is no blue pill, but nah, that's death. That blue pill is death. You're gonna die. You're gonna bust your
Heart
heart.
attack city.
Why, what do some coke? Let me tell y'all something.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Because it's gonna have the same effect. You might want to do some bleed, because it's gonna have the same effect. You're gonna die. Don't listen, man. You try to stay in a close proximity of your age, man, or your own age range, so you don't have to be worried about none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right, Christina. I've met some old men too who are immature. I've met some old men who are immature. This one older guy tried to flirt with me. He called me one day to me, I need some help. What?
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Man, said everybody need a crutch every now and then. If knee go to hurt, you might need somebody to lean on to you. Man, come on now.
Mr. Calhoun, so you worried about yourself at 56. It says until death do us part. The man bringing the most income. When is the woman age to sit down?
Right. Y'all keep talking about that blue pill, man.
Raven said if he loves her right, she'll push him around the fair because he earned it.
That's right, Raven. That's what I'm talking. That's my friend. That's my dog right there. That's what I'm talking about, Raven. That's what you're supposed to do. Brad Perry, let me tell you something. Hey, do mean something now. You keep Brad Perry. When you go having to take that honey, that honey at that gas station, man, that means you're running out of gas, man.
Y'all better leave this
and
up
she
at the
gonna
gas
pull up to
station
another
alone.
gas station on you, cuz I'm telling
This
you.
up at the gas station, there, honey, the unicorns and all this other stuff. Leave that stuff alone. People getting dizzy, having seizures, and falling out. Please leave that stuff alone. It's not natural. Just because they bottle it up, package it up, it's not natural. Leave that gas station stuff alone.
Let me tell y'all something. When next time y'all go to the gas station, y'all go look at the counter. They got white. You would think it was marijuana they were selling them, man. Like they got names like Blue Rhino and Bumblebee that transform.
Leave it at the gas station.
Hey man, I'll tell you, that stuff ain't, them folks ain't testing stuff, man. This a try at your own risk type of
Facebook user, I need to know who you are. I need you to send me a DM. A real man gonna step for his woman regardless. I bring home the bacon while she prepares it. That's all I want to do is prepare the bacon. All right, mine says she's 25. When she says older, she means 30 to 38. I'm gonna need your equipment to still work. Hello for the equipment in order.
man. Yeah.
Because when it's a 10-year gap,
One thing
at
about
some
equipment,
point that equipment is going down. You understand that? At some point, the equipment is going down if it's a 10-year gap.
Let me tell you something.
It ain't nothing that blue pill gonna fix.
You're right. That's why you gotta go to the doctor and take care of yourself. Go get a car and drive for 10 years and don't take it to the shop and see what it do. You can go get a Mercedes-Benz, drive for 10 years and see what it gonna do.
I heard that honey pack would kill you. All that stuff at the gas station would kill you. So y'all, please leave that stuff alone. Leave that gas station stuff alone.
Everybody talking about equipment. I hear these women keep talking about equipment.
Would you buy a car without muscle?
A car without what?
Would you buy a car without some muscle?
I did it before.
That because your budget was different. So tell me right
Well,
now,
some folk
would
budget,
you
some
buy
folk
a
budget
car
is
without
different.
muscle?
Some folk budget is different.
We don't want it if it ain't got horsepower.
Everybody can't drive a Scat Pack or a Hellcat.
But ain't nobody pushing no wheelchairs either. Let's be clear. It's gonna have to have a motor in it.
You know, I once drove a Dodge Neon.
Yeah, you did. But you were a young college student, and that was a free car for you. But right now, would you drive a car without muscle? You wouldn't do it. So why would you want a woman to have a broken piece of equipment? That's selfish.
Well, I'm saying now, okay, well, y'all talking about the equipment. Well, y'all equipment better be in order too.
Let me tell you something. Men are exiting their prime and women are just entering theirs. So at 55, 60, 66, 67, they start going down. That's why y'all going to ask the doctors for those blue pills, and those blue pills are dangerous. And also, black men should not be asking their doctors for testosterone because that is linked to prostate cancer. Leave that testosterone. If it just stopped working, it just stopped working.
I'm gonna tell you what you need to do.
Don't go taking all this stuff that's bad for you. But women are just entering their prime at that time.
Well, you need to go to your local oyster bar, man. Go to your local oyster bar. Tell them. I know everybody be talking about, I can't eat no oyster raw. That's what you need. It got ginseng in it. You need to go. You need to go eat you some oysters. Eat some crackers with some hot sauce. Put a little spice on it. It tastes just fine. I do it all the time. Like they good for you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's real. It's real. It gets you. It like Art said, man. It gets your heart like Rottweiler.
So what happens when the woman eats the oyster?
Oh Lord. the women. Oh man. The women. Man, you gonna have hey, make sure you have can I say this? I don't know. We got some restrictions.
Oh, hold on, wait a minute.
Make sure you have you some spill mats down and all that. Things will get a little drippy. If if you got your water connected right, because some of y'all ain't got your water connected right.
It's getting late in the evening. The sun is going down. What are we gonna leave the people with tonight?
I don't know, sis. You go first. I want to see what you're gonna say so I can say something good.
I'm gonna say, in the words of this song, it's your thing. Do what you want to do. But understand there are consequences for every choice we make. So if you're gonna pick out that man that's 10 years older than you, understand that his age is not gonna pause. There are going to be some differences. So choose right.
Right.
Have your fun, but choose right.
Yeah, and I'm gonna add to that, man. Just know when you ride in the old school, it ain't gonna ride like the new school. You're gonna have some, them struts and shots ain't gonna bounce like that new school is now. You're gonna have some rough ride if you choose to go old school. So my advice to y'all, stay within your age range, you know what I'm saying? And if you do go older, make sure that works for you, and just make sure you're aware of what time is gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're prepared to take that journey with that person instead of, waiting until they get old and then you leaving them and get these folks a heart attack. Now that ain't gonna be right. So stay within your age range, man, and you know what I'm saying, and
stay within your age range. And Mr. Calhoun, I'm calling Mr. Calhoun to get on the gentleman's club. He said all he need to do is cut the fan on and tell hell to be quiet.
Woo! But hey, I gotta get you on there, man. Real talk.
Christina, please go younger, sis. Go younger. On that note, y'all.
Hey, one more thing. And another thing to be aware of, y'all, and before we get up out of here, just know when you go too older, it is true. Them folks will give you worms. Y'all stay easy and be cool.
Be cool. That's what my grandmama said. My old men gonna give you